Aw, isn't that so cute? Oh, look at the birds. They're so pretty. You fucking piece of shit. If you can't tell, I don't recommend this movie. Oh, hello and welcome back to another Midnight Showing. As always, I'm Kelly, and I just got out of Angry Birds, if you can't fucking tell. Okay, I'm sorry about the lack of updates lately. I know that it's kind of being a recurring problem. The only thing I can say is I'm me and I've been going through a lot and I'm not going to talk about it. So let's talk about Angry Birds. Wow! Was I really glad I only spent $1 going to this movie because I really wanted that dollar back. Really. Okay, let's start out with the obvious fact. There is a very long list of video games that deserve movie adaptations. Angry Birds isn't on that list. It's on the secondary list at the very fucking bottom of things that say do not make into films right underneath Super Mario Bros. And really, why is this a movie? Why did this get priority over, say, something like BioShock, which deserves it? Or, I don't know, a Star Fox movie, which deserves it? Or any of the other numbering things I can think of? Why? Because it made a shitload of money. And the creator doesn't want to let go of a dead idea. He just keeps beating that horse, hoping that something's going to come out of it. Other than its intestines, because if you beat a dead horse long enough, that's all that's coming out. And thus we get to the actual movie itself. How was it? It was horrible. It was a piece of shit. And I don't even know how this got a PG rating. I really don't. Let me put it like this. There are more sex jokes in this movie than there were in Deadpool. That's why I'm wearing this shirt. Yeah, people! That bad! That bad! They're so desperate to hold your attention that they're going to throw in sex puns every 5 seconds. And they're going to swear. Oh, they're not going to say fuck or shit or damn or hell. They're just going to replace it with words like pluck and gosh and dog. And god damn it, do you really think that your audience is this stupid? Apparently they are, because there were people actively laughing at this shit. Yeah, there's in fact one scene where, I shit you not, 3 little pigs dress up in cowboys doing a cowboy show, which ends up just being a stripper tease and ashless chaps. The red one actually points attention to they're actually essentially naked on stage. This is an honest-to-God insult to your intelligence. If you take your kids to this, you are desperate to shut them the fuck up. Because, let's face it, this has no story. It has none whatsoever. The game is a fucking pull the slingshot and hit the building with the explodey birds. There's nothing there. There's no grand plot. There's no reason for these birds to be getting mad at these pigs. Oh, wait, that was retconned into 4 games later, where it turns out they're trying to steal their eggs. Yes, let's shoot birds at the pigs, smashing the eggs in the rubble of the buildings, because that makes total sense. Oh, God. Okay, there is one aspect of this movie that was good, and it does deserve note. The animation was pretty fucking beautiful. I will just go out on record saying that right now. The animation was pretty goddamn impressive, and definitely better than this fucking movie deserved. I mean, I went and saw Ratchet and Clank a few weeks back, and you know what? That had worse animation than this, and that had 8 fucking studios working on it. Are you telling me that something like Ratchet and Clank, that has made a lot more than Angry Birds, and really did deserve a movie production more than Angry Birds did, doesn't get as good of animation? There is something wrong in this world, in this system. So yeah, my honest to God recommendation is fuck it. I don't know why this movie exists. The plot is as bare bones as you can get. You've got pigs show up, they start stealing eggs, and now the shunned Angry Birds have to rise together and save everybody. Because, fuck, apparently they all have superpowers and they didn't know it. Oh, we'll talk about that in just a second. It's pretty bad. So yeah, honest to God, the recommendation is a fuck it. And if you take your kids to this, you are a horrible parent. Now, if you do want to take them to a good kids film, Zootopia is still playing. Ratchet and Clank was a far better movie, even though it's getting a lot worse ratings. I don't understand that. Or, hell, just go see X-Men Days of Future Past 2 Apocalypse. I did not totally screw that up. So yeah, going into the spoilers, if I needed to avoid the spoiler warning because I did just spoil some stuff. Yeah, the plot is basically as it sounds. The Red Bird gets angry because everyone inside of this bird village is a dick, which is never fucking acknowledged in the whole goddamn movie, that these guys really are some of the worst assholes you've ever seen. And I sat through Scout's Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse and Green Inferno that had the creme de la creme assholes. No, these fucking birds do not... They're overly cartoonish to make the hero seem like he's good. He has legitimate reasons to be angry in this film, and honestly, the Red Bird was the only one that I found semi-ly human. But before we go on, can I just say something about the audio? Who fucking ADR'd this shit? Because everybody's voice comes in like this muted, gravelly mic thing. Like, I don't know, it's like almost like they were inside of my room with the echo chamber with a worse mic than I have. And it's so distracting. It really is just so distracting that I can't focus on Josh Gad actually doing a semi decent job with this piece of shit script because I can't unhear that stupid audio reverb in the back of his voice every time he talks. Seriously, did they not pull him into a professional studio to record this shit? What am I talking about? Angry Birds is about clipping corners and getting the most money out of that beating dead horse, right? So yeah, the Red Bird goes to anger management with all of the other birds, like Terrence, who was probably the only one that had any kind of funny joke in the movie, and that's mostly because he didn't talk, and it was pretty funny. Chuck, the yellow bird, who is making fun of the Flash and Quicksilver most of the times he's on screen. If I had any other reason to hate this movie, I could just use that one right there, because Flash was fucking amazing, and there will be a video on that eventually. And fucking Quicksilver? Yeah, you have no goddamn right to make fun of him. Fuck you. And then we have Bomb. Couldn't even come up with a name for him. They just called him Bomb because he blows up. Seriously, why do these birds have superpowers? I don't really get that. The red one doesn't really have it, so why does Chuck have super speed? Why does Bomb blow up? And why is it that their anger management teacher, when she's suddenly flying through the air at the very end of the movie, can shoot fucking fireballs? I'm not even kidding. It just comes out of nowhere. Even the red's just like, oh, so apparently she can chuck fireballs. Okay, that's helpful. Alright, who's next? And yes, I get that is one of the abilities of the birds inside of the game. They were unsubtly pointing at it and saying, see, it's Angry Birds, it's Angry Birds. Guess what? It doesn't make any sense in the story because guess what? Nobody acknowledges that they have fucking superpowers. They just suddenly do when they get launched from a fucking slingshot. It doesn't make any sense. But while everyone's being a dickhole, the pigs show up and they start lying and BSing themselves so poorly that really, none of these birds should be having any of this shit. I, honest to God, mean that. But Red is the only one who sees that they're possibly doing something nefarious. If you can't already tell, you know where this plot is going, because you've seen this plot 1,000 times. This is always the boy who cried wolf, and it's right up there with the liar revealed plotline. It's just overused cliche bullshit. Seriously, they didn't know what to do with this, so they took the most cliche premise they could find and just decided to slap Angry Birds on it. Seriously, if you're going to make this piece of shit film, actually put some effort into it, give us some characters and actual character development, and not have every single fucking joke in this movie be a sex joke or a bird pun. Because seriously, that's it. Which is probably why I like Terrence's one joke, because when they're introducing him inside of the anger management class, she's looking at the file, and Terrence is here, and then all you just hear is just, like, police sirens and screams of terror and things as the sky darkens around his eyes with... It was subtle, and it was funny. She just puts away, he's here for reasons. And that's it. It's subtle and funny, and it got a chuckle out of me. The rest of this movie is, hey, you want to go to the Birds and Bees fertility clinic? Oh no, they stole their eggs. What are we going to do? Obviously, we're going to have to start making some more. Come on, ladies, let's get to it. They even put in the hip thrust because, fuck, kids aren't going to get that. That's for the stupid adults that had to drag themselves to this movie. Hell, there's even imprinting jokes. I'm not even shitting you. Red accidentally falls on an egg and cracks it open. And that's what sent him to anger management classes, even though the people who hired him were dickholes and ignored the fact that he did show up within the allotted time to give him his fucking cake. I'm just saying. But Red falls into the egg, and the first thing that this baby sees is Red, and he imprints on him. He's always calling him Daddy. It's a recurring joke throughout the whole movie. Really. Just nothing but sex jokes. Is that really all that you could come up with this? You couldn't do more subtle jokes. You couldn't do more cutaways. You couldn't. There's so many things that I could think of that would have been funnier. But yeah, when birds fly, I guess, because that's the pun they use in this movie. And let's just not talk about the over-the-top performances from everybody, because yes, it's a cartoon. Doesn't mean you have to actually treat it like a cartoon. There's such thing as subtlety. Seriously, just go watch Zootopia or Ratchet and Clank. Both were done a hell of a lot better than this, and I'm done talking about this. So yeah, my final verdict is an honest to God, fuck it, because this piece of shit can die in the deepest, lowest levels of hell. And you wanna know what the sad part is? It's successful. That's the salt in the wound for someone with a fucking brain that has to go see this, is that it is successful. There's gonna be an Angry Birds 2. A movie that is so desperate that it literally has assless chap stripper sequences inside of it with the 3 little pigs is successful. I need to kill something else. Yeah, so that's it for me. If you've seen Angry Birds, if you did, go die. If you haven't, tell me what you think about the trailers and things, and other people who have to see it in the comments below. Maybe we'll get some healthy discussion going. And as always, if you like what you see, be sure to hit the like, subscribe, and share buttons. Be sure to like me on Facebook, share me on follow me on fucking Twitter and Twitch, and I'll see you guys next time while I kill something. God, I love this knife.